Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and happy early Hanukkah. Thank you, thank you. This is why I invited my good friend Andrew Harris, Reverend Harris, who's our neighbor next door, and members of his congregation, so that he'll be more on top of how to respond when I say things. So welcome to our friends from the UCC. Always wonderful to have you here, and welcome to everybody else. I'm so excited about our Dalet service this evening, welcoming Hanukkah. Just a heads up, we're not doing the Hanukkah blessings this evening, right?
I guess not. No, it's too early.
It's too early, but we're pretending it's Hanukkah this evening, and I wore my dreidel sweatshirt to get it to the meeting. All right, so we're going to have our Dalet students come on up
And sing an opening song for us. What?
Oh, right, sorry. You can come up anyway, but
Come on up, guys.
and we're all going to
I'm
gather.
make some important announcement about security and cell phones. So I just want to remind everybody to turn off your cell phones. Maybe check right now that it's off or on vibrate. And if you need to remain in contact, so just put it on vibrate right now and fully exit the sanctuary before you begin speaking. Thank you in advance. And in the event of an emergency, please follow the instructions of the security committee and ushers. They are usually standing in the back or sitting in the back. Should there need to evacuate, there are 3 emergency exits from the sanctuary: the door through which you enter, the door to the left of the bima, or you can exit to the right of the bima and turn left in the hallway and exit through the social hall. We also have an automated external defibrillator in the lobby, a first aid kit, and a stop the bleed kit in the closet as you exit to the left of the bima, and additional first aid kit in the office. I also want to remind anybody needs a bathroom, in case you don't know, exit to the lobby and go right out there and you'll see them in the hall.
Thank you, Jen. So we would like to start off with a song, a popular Hanukkah song. The Hebrew name of the song is Mi Yimalel, and it means who can retell. And we'll do a verse in Hebrew and a verse in English. And if you know a song, it's probably in there, you're right. We'll find the page in the back of the Siddur, because it's probably in there. One of the more classic Hanukkah songs.
668.
Thank you, Mindy. So I hope you'll sing along with us. Yeah, we have one. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome. 1, 2, 3. Rosh Yisrael Otani Ein Bekodor Yakum Hadibor Goe Shema Bayami Ha'en Bazman Hazeh Makabi Moshiach Upodeh U'Yameinu Kol Am Yisrael Yitake Yakum Lehiyael. Everyone, who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero or sage came to our aid. In days of yore in Israel's ancient land, brave Maccabeus led the faithful band. And now all Israel must as one arise, redeem itself through deed and sacrifice. That's the top. Me and my little Rosh Yisrael Otam. Me in there. Ein Bechodor Yakum Hadibor Goe.
Okay, great job, guys. And now I'd like you to turn around and open the doors of the Ark and the Ark curtain. Please rise in body or spirit. Please be seated. And now we're going to continue our service with the lighting of the Shabbat candles on page 120 and 121. I'd like to have Ashley and the class light the candles for us this evening.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shal Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen.
And now that we've lit the special candles for Shabbat, creating a special light within us and among our people on this special Shabbat, we're going to continue by welcoming the Shabbat bride into our midst, which you may find on pages 138 and 139 as we sing Lecha Dodi.
This is a contemporary version of Lecha Dodi by a fellow named Craig Taubman that our class likes a lot. Hope you'll join in with us as you pick it up.
Shake
Shake along with your shakers. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Lekrakala, P'nei P'nei Shabbat Lekala. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Lekrakala, P'nei P'nei Shabbat Lekala, la 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 la. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Lekrakala, P'nei P'nei Shabbat Lekala. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Lekrakala, P'nei P'nei Shabbat Lekala. Shamor b'zachor b'tiburecha, b'shmiyanu el am yuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shevu tiferech v'liti la 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 lecha lekrat kala, p'nei Shabbat lekala, lecha dodi lekrat kala, p'nei Shabbat lekala. Verse 5. Toruri, Kiba Ore, Kumi Ori, Uri, We're gonna be, Kibba Adonai, Allah, Yitri, la 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 la. Lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lekala, Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat. Last verse. Shalom, Haker Ba'ala, Am B'Simcha, U'Tahula, Toch Emunei, Am Tegula, Bo'itala, la 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 la, Lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lekala, Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lekala, la 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 la, Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lekala, Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, P'nei Shabbat lekala.
All right, great job, everybody. And now we're going to continue our service with the next section of our prayers called the Shema and its blessings, which the Shema Uvirchotecha, and we may find that on page 146. Please rise in body or spirit. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due, now and forever.
Shema Yisrael.
Cut.
I'm thinking about the Shema too soon. First we do the Baruch Hu. Sorry, folks. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorah. Baruch Adonai Hamavorah Leolam Va'ed.
Page 148.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'arif arvim. B'chokhmah poteach she'arim, u'bitbuna meshane itim, u'mechalif et hazmanim, u'msader et hakochavim. B'mishmertehem barakia kirtzona, borei yom v'layla, golel or mibnechoshe v'chosha mibnei u'mechavir Yom umevi laila, umevdil ben yom uven laila. Adonai tzvaot shema. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv arvim. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, softly alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign, additionally over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv arvim.
Page 150.
Ahavad olam Beit Israel amha ahavta Torah umitzot hukim umishpatim otanu lamadta. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Israel.
King Adonai Eloheinu b'shachneinu u'chumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hechayinu v'yoreh yameinu Nege yomam balahela, nege yomam balahela. Yahavacha atasif, mimenu le'olami. Baruch atah Adonai, Elohim Amo Yisrael.
Now we continue with the Shema on page 152 and 153. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. And now one of our class members, Ellie, couldn't be here tonight, so Ashley is going to play a recording of her singing the V'ahavta on page 154. Feel free to sing along.
It's so funny because this also happened when Ellie's older sister Caroline was my student and had the exact same prayer. But we have Ellie here to do the V'ahavta and the English.
ואתה את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And then I have a recording of Ellie doing English. Sorry.
You shall love Adonai, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments, and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohim Emeth.
That was awesome, Ellie in absentia. So now we're going to continue on page 157 as we read together at the top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Now we're going to go out of order a tiny bit and continue with Hashkivenu, a prayer thanking us for asking God to create a shelter of peace around us. You may find on page 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'amidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'amidenu Shomreinu L'chaim. Ushmor Tzedekenu Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom Ve'amidenu Shomrei, Nu'Echayim, Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Shalom. Ve'amidenu Shomrei, Nu'Echayim.
Now we're going to go to page 158 for Mi Chamocha.
Mi kamocha be'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osef eleh, malhutaha ra'u v'neha, bokaya yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeh Eli anu v'amru, Adonai yimlo le'olam v'ed. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders?
Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha megadat oresh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha megadat oresh. Norah tehilot osef eleh, Norah tehilot osef eleh, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Ma'budecha va'uvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, le'eli anu ve'amru, le'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
Now we're going to continue with yet another song, upbeat song, Vishamru, on page 162. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. Get your shakers ready and your jumping jacks.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael la'asot et ha'shabbat v'torah b'ri olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael ha'shabbat la'asot et ha'shabbat v'torah b'ri olam. B'nei Yisrael, Odi le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael ha'shabbat la'asot et ha'shabbat v'torah b'ri olam. Sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael ha'shabbat la'asot et ha'shabbat v'torah b'ri olam. Ubayom hashvi Shabbat vayinachas, Shabbat vayinachas, Shabbat vayinachas. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael ha'shabbat la'asot et ha'shabbat v'torah b'ri olam.
to continue with the next section of our service called the Tefillah, or the prayer, which you may find on page 164. Please rise in body or spirit. We continue now with the next prayer, the Avot, on page 166.
Barakatah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rahel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Haggadol Hagibor v'Hanara El Elyon V'Mel Hasidim Tovim V'Kunei Hakol V'Zoher Hasdevot V'Mahot U'Migulam V'Bnei V'Nei U'Ma'an Shemel V'Yahava Melkazer U'Mashiach U'Mekin Barakatah Adonai Megain Abraham V'Tzat Sarah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and our mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and our mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign, deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield.
Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, page 168.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי הכל הצרה והושיע, וחיי חיים והסד, וחיי הכל ורחמים רבים, שלומי נופלים ורופאי חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומחיי ארץ ומשבי עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך במאית ומחיי ומשביע ישועה, ונאמן אתה החיות הכל, וברוך אתה אדוני חיי הכל.
Please be seated. Now we're going to continue with Shalom Rav on page 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam Ki Ata Hu Melech Adom L'chol HaShalom V'tov Be'einecha Levarech Et Amcha Yisrael B'chol Et Uv'chol Sha'a B'Shlomecha Baruch Ata Adonai Hamvarech Et Amo Yisrael B'Shalom. Grant abundance, peace to Israel, your people forever, for you are the sovereign God of all peace. May it be pleasing to you to bless your people Israel in every season and moment with your peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel with peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasih Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasih Le'olam. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adom L'chol HaShalom. Ki Ata Hu Melech Adom L'chol HaShalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasih Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasih Le'olam. V'tov Be'einecha Levarech Et Amcha Yisrael B'chol עת ובכל שעה B'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasih Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasih Le'olam. Tasih Le'olam. Tasih Le'olam.
We now pause for a moment of silent prayer. And we'll now continue with another song for peace, O say Shalom, at the bottom of page 180. Get your shakers ready.
Oh, say Shalom, Ben Roma, Booyah, say Shalom, Hallelujah. Be'achol Yisrael, B'imru, Amen. Oh, say Shalom, Ben Roma, Booyah, say Shalom, Hallelujah.
Except for Ashley. Because Ashley, first of all, Ashley is our amazing Dalet teacher, and she's taught the kids so much. In addition to her teaching her so much, she's like an inspiration for all of them and all of us. And this is all thanks to me, because I named her as a baby, and I bat mitzvahed her and I confirmed her. So It really is thanks to me, right?
I can now say that my rabbi made me snort on the bimah. It is thanks to you.
Thank you. So anyway, she's an amazing person, and I'm so grateful that she's decided to teach here, continue to teach here despite being in law school at the same time. She gets up every Sunday morning and with all the stuff that she has to do, and just comes and makes everybody's day brighter, and particularly our kids. So I wanted to just thank her, and she pinch hit for Ben last week. And at the bat mitzvah last week, so she's a triple blessing to all of us. But now she's going to tell us a little bit about what's going to happen next.
Yes, and I have some sheets that I need for this. But, so we have, as you know, this is the Hanukkah service. And I've had this class for 3 years, so we've had a lot of ways we've tried to do Hanukkah. We've done trivia, and what else did we do? Oh, we did sock puppets. They were really mad at me because I lost the googly eyes. So anyway, this year we are doing improv skits. So we're gonna have 2 skits up here that all the students will be involved in. And our first skit is called Alien Interpreter. So what's gonna happen up here is you're gonna have an interviewer, played by June. You will have an alien, and the alien, get this, is King Antiochus. Right? Yeah, it's the king, the Greek king, who was like, yeah, Jews don't practice Judaism. So Nathan will be playing our Greek king, but except instead of, speaking ancient Greek, he's speaking alien gibberish. And so we have Ismay to interpret our alien, King Antiochus, while he's being interviewed. So I'm gonna have everybody come up, and if you're not in the current skit, you can go sit in the president's chairs, and I'm gonna grab the sheets that you guys need.
Just another boring old telling of the Hanukkah story. So guys, come up, whoever's...
Everybody up.
And whoever's speaking is going to speak from over
So
here.
speakers up here. So we're going to have June, I have your sheet with your questions. There are the bullet points. And Ismay, you're going to stand over there with June. We want everybody at the lectern so they can hear you interpret.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Temple Talk. Breaking news, we've got King Antiochus here, who has sadly turned into an alien after a very sad turn of events at the temple. So he speaks gibberish, except we have an alien interpreter, Emeth, who is here to interpret. So everyone wants to get on with it. So now for our first question. So King Antiochus, what does it feel like to be king?
He says it feels quite wonderful to be king, as he has a lot of power.
Of course, being king is so nice. Now, King Antiochus, why did you decide to take over Israel?
He says he decided to take over Israel because he thought the Greeks were the superior race and everyone should be a Greek.
Oh, of course. Okay, now, why did you make the Jews act like Greeks?
Mostly the same answer as the last question. He thought the Greeks were a superior race and everyone should be a Greek. So he made them be Greeks.
Beautiful. So King Antiochus, did you see any problems with this superior race theory?
He says no, except that, they lost miserably. And that would generally suggest that they at least had an inferior armies to the ragtag band that stormed your heavily armed forces of blood.
But King Antiochus, didn't the Maccabees kick your butt with a much smaller army? Doesn't that mean you aren't superior?
He says no, it just means that we we're having a bad day.
Well, this was breaking news with King Antiochus the alien. Back to you, Ashley.
Thank you for that really important interview on Temple Talk. Those were really good alien noises. I could not do that myself. Next on Temple Talk, we have, we're going to watch a fight between the Maccabees and the Greeks. So we have Yanni representing the Maccabees, and we have Sebi representing the Greeks, and we're going to watch them fight. And we're going to have up here, we're going to have Hannah and Ismay. Hannah is going to be the sportscaster in charge of the Greeks, and Ismay's in charge of the Maccabees. Right? Okay, Maccabee, Hannah Maccabee, Yanni Maccabee, Sebi Greek. Okay, so come on over here. You guys will have this really big fight where, I mean, we don't know what happens. We don't know if the Maccabees win. And
Yes, go sit.
yeah, if you're not up, go sit. And make sure everybody can be seen on the screen. So try to fight by the candles, but don't fight on fire. Say what's happening. So Walter, just start fighting and we'll start it now.
No, but
Who's gonna do what?
Was this one gonna be on? Sebi's the Greeks, right?
No, Yanni's the Greek, Sebi's. Just take this.
I wasn't here.
Okay, are you gonna talk to the microphone?
Okay, and then you're doing
You can also phone a friend if you want to sub out.
okay.
Today we were reporting live.
About a fight between the Maccabees and the Greeks.
Guys, start fighting.
It is a very, very close call. I do not know who will win.
Sebi, the Greeks, the Greeks are falling back. They seem to be struggling.
This is surprising as the Maccabees are smaller in numbers.
The Maccabees are, sorry. The Greeks are desperately trying to fend off the vicious attacks from the Maccabees.
What a turn of events!
The Greeks are down.
All right, that's all we have for you on Temple Talk. Looks like the Maccabees won. What a surprise! Thank you guys, that was great. And before I let you get off the bimah, I just have one more thing for you while we're working on our service that I left in my tallest bag. Thanks. So this class, I'm so sorry if you already heard this spiel at Hannah's bat mitzvah last week and now you have to hear it again, but this class has a really funny inside joke where they find different words in the prayers we read. And it's called the Cat Cafe, Vishy Nantam is fishy wonton, and hot coals, hot coals. I'm gonna keep this speech short, but basically they're really funny and this has been going on for 3 years now. That they are the Cat Cafe, which is Beit Cafe L'Chatulim in Hebrew, and I got them little bracelets that say Beit Cafe L'Chatulim in Hebrew. Parents, if you want your own, I have extras. I'm happy to give you one at the Oneg. So, for you. Thank you guys for being such a great class. Hannah?
Save one for Ellie.
I'm going to save one for Ellie.
Mention the cat book.
The cat book? We read and it's because we read this book called, you want another one? Okay. It's because we read this book called Chatul Gadol, Chatul Katan. It was like big cat, small cat. And then it was also like white cat, black cat. We learned a lot of things about cats. And I can't believe Nathan's not wearing a cat sweatshirt today. Did everyone get one? And I would also like to give you one because you also deal with the Cat Cafe. And one for you, Rabbi. And yeah, parents, if you would like a bracelet, siblings, come see me at the Oneg.
I love it.
We're going to read it. Oh, yes.
Thank you very much, guys. And we're gonna continue with some Hanukkah songs. And some of them are in your prayer books and some of them are not. So, take it away.
Okay. So these students here are so smart that they like to learn things in other languages as well as English. And we're starting off with a very familiar Hanukkah song, but we're going to do a verse in English and then a verse in Hebrew called Hanukkah, O Hanukkah. You might have the English words in the prayer book
Hebrew's on the second page after the English.
What's that now?
The Hebrew is in there, like it's on the next page after the English.
Wow, okay, so the Hebrew there too. Great. They have words as well.
670?
I had my papers because I left it up there. Oh, scoot.
So join us if you know it, especially on the English verse.
Page 669 and 670.
What? This
Guys
one?
ready? Got it?
Nope.
No.
The same.
They all go in order, so. Keep going. One, two, 3. Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with, latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Yemei Hanukkah, Hanukkah, Mikdashenu, Megil Usimcha, Mimalim et Libenu, Laila Vayom, Zvivovenu, Nasko, Sukaniot, Nachal Gam Nasko, Ha'iru, Haviku, Nerot Hanukkah Rabbi, Al Hanisim, Al Haniflaot, Asher Hallelu HaMaccabim. Al Hanisim, Al Haniflaot, Asher Hallelu HaMaccabim. Good job, guys. All right. And now, speaking of other languages, we have one in a language that's even more obscure, but it's a language that, a very beautiful language that was spoken when the Jews lived in Spain, and especially were sort of in exile there and didn't have time to, weren't able to mingle much with the general population, and so sort of like Yiddish, they developed a language which was part their native, their spoken language in the country, and part Hebrew as well. That language is called Ladino. Very, very beautiful language, actually, with some very beautiful music that has been written with songs in Ladino. This song is called Ocho Candelicas. Certainly sounds like Spanish. 8 candles, and we'll sing some of it in English, and the chorus will be in Hebrew. It's called Ocho Candelicas. What's that?
Ladino.
I mean, did I say Hebrew?
Yeah, I said
I'm having a good night tonight. Ladino. Beautiful Hanukkah is here. 8 candles now for me appear. Hanukkah linda está aquí. 8 candelas para mí. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Lots of parties for my leisure, so much fun and so much pleasure. Muchas fiestas por hacer, con alegrías y placer. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Dainty pastries here to eat, almonds and honey taste so sweet. Los pantalitos por comer, con almendrillas y la miel. Oh, candelika, dos candelika, tres candelika, cuatro candelika, cinco candelika, seis candelika, siete candelika, ocho candelas para mí, ocho candelas para mí. Good job, everybody. Okay, so Hanukkah would not be Hanukkah without that very special object, which is so dear to us and so dear to the kids, the dreidel. And we would like to finish up a little medley of 3 dreidel songs, which I'm sure you recognize, especially the last couple, and I hope you will join in. Start off one that was written by Debbie Friedman called The Dreidel Song, and we'll go from there.
And if we have anybody who wants to be a dreidel, come on up
Oh.
and demonstrate.
Oh, you have opened the door.
Come on up, guys. We need lots and lots of dreidels to demonstrate how it's done.
We have to draw the letters.
The middle song will be a song called Sivivon, which many of us know. And the last song, I'm not even going to tell you what it is, because you'll know it. The first song is called the dreidel song. The 4 letters, it starts off with the 4 letters on the dreidel and tells you all about them. 3, 4. Nun, Gimel, A, Shin. Watch the dreidel spin, spin, spin. Nun, Gimel, A, Shin. Watch now, let the fun begin. Nun, Gimel, A, Shin. Spin the dreidel, try to win. Sing along this dreidel song with me. Here's the rules. You take nothing, Nun will sing. Gimel wins, it's fun to play. A takes half, but land on Shin, and you'll have to put some in. Nun, Gimel, A, Shin. Watch the dreidel spin, spin, spin. Nun, Gimel, A, Shin. Watch now, let the fun begin. Nun, Gimel, A, Shin. Spin the dreidel, try to win. Sing along this dreidel song with me. Sivivon, sub, sub, sub. Hanukkah, hu chagtov. Hanukkah, hu chagtov. Sivivon, sub, sub, sub. Chag simcha, hu la'am. Nes gadol hayasham. Nes gadol hayasham. Chag simcha, hu la'am. Sivivon, sub, sub, sub. Hanukkah, hu chagtov. Hanukkah, hu chagtov. Sivivon, sub, sub, sub. Chag simcha, hu la'am. Nes gadol hayasham. Nes gadol hayasham. Have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play. It has a lovely body, with legs so short and thin, and when it gets all tired, it drops. And then I...
Drops. Gotta drop.
She's not tired. Dreidel, 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 I made it
Okay,
out
enough
of
dropping.
and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play. My dreidel always playful, it loves to dance and sing. A happy game of dreidel, come play, now let's begin. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, with dreidel I shall play.
All right, let's give our dreidels a round of applause. I'm dizzy just watching them. So I wanted to thank our Dalet class. They were just unbelievable tonight. And I'm so very proud of all of you. And so I just wanted to just say who they are so we can give them a big round of applause at the end. This is an order of appearance. June Markle, raise your hand. Ismay Herman. Seb De Silva. Hannah David. Yoni Shaburla, and Nathan Balash. All right, guys, you are unbelievable tonight, and thank you so much to Ben, who taught them so beautifully, as well as Ashley. And so they're going to do a little bit more during the service, but I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, because after all, we have guests here from the church next door, so we want to make sure they know about the story of Hanukkah. So who can, let's all help them learn about Hanukkah very, very briefly, because you don't know, right? A little bit? Or maybe we should start with asking you what you know. Maybe not. All right, so a long, long time ago in the land of Israel, there was a mean king called Antiochus, and he decided to separate the Jews from their, this is a Mad Libs version, the Jews from their Judaism, and he didn't let them practice anymore, and so he went to the holy temple in Jerusalem, and what did they do? They messed it all up inside, and so he sent his army out into the lands around Jerusalem to try to get all the Jews to bow down to the king. And so they came to a city called Modi'in, and there was a family there called the Maccabees, and they wanted the Maccabees to bow down to King Antiochus, but they refused, and so they then became a guerrilla fighting force. Thank you. The answers are getting more creative now. And they went out into the hillside, and they fought against the Greeks, who were King Antiochus's army. And finally they came, there was so many more of them than there were of the Maccabees and the Jews, but finally they fought their way back to the temple in Jerusalem, and there inside the temple they found a little jar of oil, and the oil was supposed to only last for 1 day, but miraculously it lasted for 8 days. Wow, you guys are getting smarter and smarter as the story goes on. And so that's why we celebrate for 8 days. Because the word Hanukkah means rededication. That's right. But trick question, what was the real holiday that the Jews missed celebrating that they really had to celebrate every year? Sukkot, that's right, because Sukkot lasts for 8 days. Strange coincidence. So that basically is the story of Hanukkah. All right, great job, everybody. Now we're eligible to continue with the rest of the service. And so we're going to continue on page 586. I'd like to invite the class to turn around and open the Ark curtain. Please rise in body or spirit.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated, and we're going to continue on page 591 with another song called Bayom Hahu. Get your shakers ready.
Next to the last page.
Yep.
Adonai, echad u'shemo echad. Emeth, v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz. Yom ha'u yihye Adonai, echad u'shemo echad. Echad u'shemo echad. Echad u'shemo echad.
And now we're going to put the shakers away for a moment as we continue with the introduction to the Kaddish prayer for those who have died. Page 599. We now think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. We recall those who died during this past month: Lucia Alton, Michelle Rubovitz, Maureen Lasher, Eliza Carwasser, and Anderson Bradshaw. And we add to their names the names of those whose yahrzeit or anniversary of whose deaths occur this week: Norman Levin, Samuel Cohen, B.J. Lifton, Daniel David Gruber, George Pizer. And at this time, if there are names of others you'd like us to keep in our hearts and our minds, we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer. You may say their names aloud or in your hearts as I look across the room. Alex Messer.
Lily and Shane. Rosetta Morse.
We also recall all of those who have died defending the state of Israel and all of those innocent victims who are caught in this horrible war. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing. We turn to page 598 and rise in body or spirit to recite the Kaddish prayer. Yikadal v'yikadash shmei rabbah, v'yamad yivrach v'yotei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach v'olam olmei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'rechu, Le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'narmav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to our country, to Israel, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together, Amen. Please be seated. I'd like to call on Jen Snyder, our co-chair of our religious school committee, to come on up and for the announcements. Jen.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And Mazel Tov to the Dalet class. You did a beautiful job, and to Ashley as well for leading them, and Kenter Ben. Okay, we have a lot of announcements. So everybody mark your calendars for the 8 nights that you're going to start lighting the Hanukkah candles outside starting December 25th. And a special thank you to Alex Markle, who created the Hanukkah. Beautiful outside. But let's not forget on Sunday to attend the amazing Hanukkah party starting at 10:30 to noon. There will be lots to do. Play the dreidel game, the very new scavenger hunt, and of course, yummy latkes. The next Hanukkah service will be, the service will be on December 20th. It's called the Simply Shabbat service. And then a very special service, 6:30 in Hawaii. We can't attend, or we can, but it'll be just...
No, it's Hawaii Hanukkah.
Oh, Hawaii in Hanukkah. That sounds
Hawaiian
Hanukkah. Hawaiian Hanukkah. Yeah. Everybody try to say that. That will be very exciting. Oh, ping pong returns. Pun intended. And that will be on December 19th. That's a Thursday, 7 p.m. Details, email Michael Finkel. Is he here? Michael Finkel in the back. Okay. As well, I'm going to mention there's also the Temple Annual Appeal, and you can read more details in the Temple Bulletin. And we do not want to forget that you could always donate to the diaper donations. You can see details with Robin. Send that to her. And don't forget about the Tikva support group, Wednesday, January 27th, and that's 7 p.m., and that's at the temple. And then the social justice, there's an update. There will be plans for that, and that is December 16th on Monday, 7:15 on Zoom. And I think I covered everything. Great. Shabbat Shalom.
That was awesome, thank you, and I should just explain that on December 27th, we're gonna have our Hanukkah service during Hanukkah, and I'm gonna ask everybody to bring your own Hanukkah menorah that night. We're all gonna light our own Hanukkah menorahs together in the social hall, and everybody needs to dress Hawaiian, because my son is in Hawaii this year. So it's always all about my family. And everybody will have leis that evening, blue and white for Hanukkah. But every night of Hanukkah, and Andrew came last year with his son, with Cooper. One of the nights, every night at 6:30 p.m. starting the evening of December 25th, we're going to be outside lighting the Hanukkah menorah, and we're going to have sing a few songs, and we'll have a little something to eat, and it'll just... And Hanukkah Gelt, yes, and thank you again to Alex for not only creating the menorah and the dreidel so magnificently, but he's going to be in charge of the whole thing this year. Mazel tov to you. So now, looking forward to seeing you all soon and often. And also our FAB group, our Free as a Bird group, is going to be having a special potluck dinner here on December 28th in honor of Hanukkah, and the theme that evening is ugly Hanukkah sweaters. So if you have an ugly Hanukkah sweater, this is a perfect opportunity to wear it. I have a lot to choose from. So join us that evening. So thanks again to Ashley and the amazing class and Ben. And now I would like to invite Nathan and Hannah to come up to lead us in the Kiddush. And I'm so proud of my, not only bat mitzvah, but my cousin Hannah, who had her bat mitzvah just this past weekend. She did an absolutely incredible job. And now she's fulfilling her brand new role as an adult in the Jewish community by leading us in the Kiddush with Nathan. So we're going to turn to page 122, because Nathan had an amazing bar mitzvah last spring, right? Page 122, please rise in body or spirit.
The heaven and the earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and called it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho b'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu, zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit, ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'yahava uvratzon, hinkaltanu, baruch ata Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Thank you. We hope that Hannah will always have that reaction to alcohol. Okay, so now I'm going to invite all the younger kids to come on up and hold the challah. And Ismay, come on up first, because Ismay made the challah herself for all of us this evening. So Ismay, you want to grab the challah? And all the kids come on up and hold the challah plate.
Don't push it up, don't push it up, nope, don't push it up. The solution is just don't push it up. Don't push it up.
Motzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together, as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Great job, everybody. Listen, why don't you take the challah and we'll bring it out to the social hall afterwards. And we're going to remain standing for our closing song. I need the Dalet class back up, because it's traditional that our closing song for Hanukkah is a very special one called Ma Osur, Rock of Ages, which is in your prayer book on page 669.
Thank you, Mindy. You're hired.
Hanukkah, Hanukkah,
Shabbat Shalom, Happy Hanukkah. Thank you to the Dalet class parents for sponsoring the Oneg this evening. Please join us in the social hall. Chag Sameach and Shabbat Shalom.
Oh my God.